So the first thing you want to do is decide what wood you're using. I'm lucky in the sense that I have a cabinet shop right up the road that stuff like this they throw away. Or if they have a miscut like this one for their doors, they just throw it away. So I've got a trailer, like a 6x8 trailer, just full of pieces like this right here. So I do a lot of scrap wood projects just because I have it. Anyways, first thing I want to do is decide what material you're using. I'm going with red oak today. And secondly, how wide do you want your frame? Do you want a wider frame, narrow frame? And then what you're going to do is, first thing first, cut it to the width that you want, whatever sizes you have. I'm doing a 8x10 today because our grandbaby gave my wife a picture for Mother's Day, I believe it was, and then she has a teddy bear that is with it. Long story short, she ended up breaking the frame. So what we're doing is building a new frame today. So the first thing I'm going to do is rip down my boards. These are just random right now. I'm going to rip them down to 1 3/4 inches, and then I'll actually start cutting them. Now that we got them ripped down to the size we want, we don't have them to length yet, and it's because what we're going to do is rabbet a 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch along one edge of all of our boards. So what I did is I've rabbeted my edges, and then I went ahead and put a 45 on all ends of my, I have 3 pieces that is enough for my frame, so, but I went ahead and 45'd all 3 of those. And then I have this backer, which is the same size as my glass. If you have a piece of glass, you want to make it to the size of your glass. This is, I didn't bring the glass because it's got a handprint on it. Like a keepsake handprint. Anyways, so once you line those two up, like so, you can set your backer in here. And then that'll give you right here at where your backer meets your rabbet, you want to just put a little mark on this one, and you want to do the same here, and that's where we will need to cut those 2 45s. So I'm going to go cut those. Now once you have those 2 cut, all you want to do is just make sure your backer fits in there like so. You put them together, make sure your backer fits, and then you can cut your next 2 pieces, and all you'll do, slide him in here like so, make sure our corners line up, and our backer fits, which it does. So instead of actually marking this one, you expect your backer piece is square. So all you want to do is line up one side, put your mark. Now you know this one and this one are equal sizes. And then you take the other side, line him up, make your mark. That way you know you've got 2 equal sides when you cut it. So 2 equal to the other, 2 equal to the other. And let me cut him. So what you should end up with is 2 equal sides here and 2 equal sides there. Now all we got to do is assembling. Now the next part is up to you. If you have one of these corner staple guns, you can use one. A lot of people don't. So you could try biscuiting this together. You could, since it's just a picture frame, you could glue it and clamp it. I'm going to glue and staple just because, like I say, I have it. But, so we put us a little bit of glue there. And we get this joint right, like we like him. Let me get him a little closer here. So we get him tight like we want him. And we put us a staple in there. And then we just go all the way around. There we go. Now, if some of your joints don't line up perfectly, we're going to put a little bit of wood putty in there. But for the most part, ta-da! There's your frame. All you want to do now is check, make sure your backer fits in. And mine does. Fun fact, if you're new to woodworking and you're trying this build, if you end up with gaps in your corners, it means your saw's not true. It's not cutting a true 45. It is, as long as your, two sides are equal. But, all right, so we putted him down. We've checked that he will fit. So now all we're gonna do, if you wanna put a round over or a Roman ogre or some kind of detail in it, this would be the time. Or you could have, if you're going to do it on the inside, you could have done it prior to putting it together. But my wife wanted just something square. She didn't want anything fancy, and I said, well, easy enough. Now what we got to do is we're going to sand him down, and then we'll put our glazer's points in. Now there may be other options than this. These are the two I know of. You've got this style that you put in, and it's almost like a staple gun, except it shoots out the front. And then you have this style that you take and have to set it like that, and then you put your point in and you squeeze it and it pushes it into the wood. I personally am a fan of this style, which is the staple gun style. But what you'll do is you'll have your backer and your glass in there. You'll take him, put him up, right? We're not going to do that. That's for the pins that fold in to hold your back on. But first we need to sand everything down and stain it. So after staining him up, we should have something that looks something like this right here. And now we're ready to put our points on it. I'm just checking to make sure I didn't miss any spots in the staining. Okay. So, what you want to do now is take him, set him in there, and you're going to put about 2 points on each side. So we just set him down here like so, just like that. All right, and the last thing we have to do is put your glass in first, then your picture, and then your backing, and you fold back down your glazing points, hold everything in there snugly. There, and voila, new picture. So, thanks for watching. I hope that you'll try this at home, and maybe shoot me a comment if you do. Let me know how it turned out. Until next time, thanks for watching. Keep making dust.